Hi, I'm Madeline Howard, Director and Chair of CyNam, and I want to spend a few minutes talking about what we've been up to for the first 6 months of 2021, what we hope to achieve for the rest of the year, but more importantly, we want to hear from you about the impact that you're having and the impact you hope to have as we continue through the rest of this year.
CGI took on the gold sponsorship of CyNam at the beginning of 2021. Prior to that, we thought long and hard about what we could sponsor, and the fact that cyber is such a key tenet of the UK national capability. And having been involved with Cyber First and the NCSC, it just seemed like a natural progression for us to put ourselves forward as gold sponsor for CyNam. So, and being a carefully managed company, we felt that it was something we could invest in. From a financial perspective, but we also felt we had the capability, know-how and some of the thought leadership to bring to bear to help CyNam through the year, which we hope we have.
One of our key focuses over the next 6 months will be to bring in our cyber skills and growth role. We are passionate about ensuring that Gloucestershire and the cyber tech industry has the very best talent and that young people are supported through school and colleges to understand the opportunities available to them. That's why we've teamed up with Capita and the G1st Lab, and we are looking to recruit our new cyber skills role. This person will help integrate and embed the great work that's happening locally through the Cyber First Schools initiative, but also through other initiatives across the county to ensure that schools, young people and people that have been made redundant as a result of the pandemic are integrated, embedded and inspired to join the cybersecurity industry.
We recognise that as every generation comes through, the dynamic changes. One of the things that we're doing at the moment is, and have been for the last 2 or 3 years, working with Cyber First and the National Cyber Security Centre to stimulate the STEM agenda, the cyber agenda within schools, recognising that often starts even as low as young as 3 and 4 years old. So that next generation needs to develop an appetite for cyber, the science, technology, engineering and maths, computing, which it doesn't necessarily do at the moment. Most people are users of the technology, but they're not necessarily appreciative of what they can put into it themselves through a work career. And there's lots of opportunities, particularly in cyber, particularly in AI and machine learning and so on and so forth. So we're engaging the next generation by getting right in there at the very beginning, not necessarily nursery, but young year learning at 4 or 5, through all school ages, through universities, helping children through years 12 and 13 with prep interviews so they understand what it's like. We invite them to come into our workplace for a week so they can, and give them little projects to do so they can see what it's like working in the environment and stimulate them to take up a career and further education in IT, cyber and the whole computing side of the skill set.
Another key thing that we did at the start of this year was took the time to understand our ecosystem, their needs, their wants and how we can look to better support them through their growth and innovation. We undertook a piece of research with the G1st Lab to map the ecosystem, to understand small and micro organisations, what their blockers were, what their pain points were, and how we as CyNam could look to work with other key partners and stakeholders to try and alleviate some of these pressures and really accelerate growth. We're really proud that we had an amazing response from our community, who were really enthused that there was some support that was going to be looked to be developed for them, but also that as a community we're looking to support one another and ensure that innovation and growth is something that we can achieve and we can accelerate.
So startup companies and SMEs are very important to UK economy. At the end of the day, CGI and the other guises of the company started up in very small form. CGI itself started with 2 people, the founders, Serge Godin being one, who's still the owner of the company and still the chairman. So we recognise that startup companies often have a difficult job trying to break into bigger markets like the HMG markets, the secure markets, defence markets. So it's important that the bigger companies help them along their way. It also brings some variety and diversity to the offerings that big companies can make. So CGI, together with a small company that's got a niche capability, or companies that have got niche capabilities, brings a bit of diversity in terms of thinking, commercial models, and often the dynamic of the workforce as well. Some of them can be very young in thinking, and have very quite a wide range of variety in the environments that they bring those people into.
One of our core pillars at CyNam is around innovation and growth, and that's why we were delighted to be part of the consortium that has won the bid for delivering the NCSE for Startups programme. Alongside Plexel, QA, Deloitte and Hub8, CyNam are looking to deliver and support through ecosystem engagement events, as well as engaging with the community to ensure that they really are provided the best support as they go through this programme. We're looking to develop and engage with our community across ecosystem events, tech showcases, as well as our headline events over the next 6 months. And 2021 is really set to put a stake in the ground as to what it means to be part of the NCSE for Startups.
Another aspect of CGI is CGIs Values, and we have something called Every Member Counts, and that is literally as it says, to make sure every member does count, that every member has an outlet. We look out to help the community, and that is investing in our people. We give every member a day to go and volunteer. Almost every area of our business within the UK gets involved in things like reducing the carbon footprint, tree planting. We sponsor sports kits for schools, where schools we know are perhaps a little less free with the cash, less able to spend, so we invest and give them sports kits with the CGI logo on it. That makes our members feel proud, and they're very much more invested in those areas than the teams and so on, because they tend to be teams that have got someone's child or grandchild or whatever, and a family member within them.
A new cyber cluster making a huge impact, and we are delighted to be working with clusters across the UK to team up to have created the UKC3. Our Managing Director, Rich York, is part of this, and he has made a huge impact in helping to deliver the UKC3 and map out what it means. The UKC3 aims to help fund cyber clusters across the UK to ensure that activities such as around cyber skills of growth, innovation and growth can really be funded in a way that helps to support those ecosystems, those clusters and those communities. We're delighted to be involved, and we're really enjoying working with other clusters across the UK to build and form strong partnerships.
So CGI has embarked upon an initiative called No Planet B. It says what it says. There really is no Planet B. So about 2 years ago, we started off in the UK, where a number of us take charge of different areas of No Planet B. I think we had 30 areas, and we voted on the top 10. We took those top 10 forward. Initially, I was looking at something around cycling. There was, the reuse of materials, recycling, use of energy, so on and so forth, and how it impacts CGI and how we can incentivise people to combat climate change. We've since then focused our efforts on net zero, so net carbon zero by 2026 within CGI. That's not looking at reducing our carbon usage or carbon output to zero. It's about recognising the fact that people will still need to travel, we still will generate some carbon, but how can we offset it? So we're embarking upon that, and the key thing here is that CGI is embarking upon it from a scientific perspective. So we're going to measure what we can to drive the use of carbon down, and also the scientific way to offset carbon. We will have 5 areas that we're going to look at for net zero, and we're going to look to incentivise our members as much as we can to reduce carbon over the next 5 years. We recognise that combating climate change is massively important. Each of us needs to do our bit, the company needs to do its bit, and contribute as other companies are as well. So joining in the big effort and the drive that the UK have made to get to that position by 2030. CGI contributing to COP26. CGI's UK and Australia CEO Tara McGeechan is on the board of COP26 that will be taking place at some point in the future.
At CyNam, we have always been passionate about building a better future for our community, and that's why we are delighted that the Golden Valley development will be happening here in Gloucestershire. Now, the Golden Valley development really does represent a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Gloucestershire to be recognised as a centre of excellence for cybersecurity and technology, not only in the UK, but also across the globe. What Golden Valley also provides is an opportunity for us to come together as a community and as a county to provide opportunities for all. For us to really engage with communities that have been disconnected from cybersecurity and what's happening here in Cheltenham, to bring them in to showcase opportunities and to provide a platform for growth, innovation and integration.
Yeah, we're very much aware of the Golden Valley development that's taking place in Cheltenham, that it wants to be the sort of golden archway for cyber, both nationally within the UK and globally. That the cyber park will be developed and that they want that is to be smart as much as possible. A preferred supplier has been named now for the building of that cyber park in the first phase of the Golden Valley development. So we're very much interested in being a part of that in terms of looking at the information aspects of it and how you design information and data into with the sensors into a smart city. So that becomes a hub and an exemplar of cyber behaviours and cyber capability going forward.
So as we come out the back of this pandemic and hopefully we say goodbye to lockdowns, we are so excited to be back working in spaces such as Hub A, where we can see our fantastic community and really see the amazing work that everybody has been up to. To see people engaging and interacting with each other really does demonstrate the power and the amazing community that we have here in Gloucestershire. We know that you've all been up to lots of really exciting things, so we would love for you to share those with us, share your good news stories, share the impacts that you're having, because when you make a difference, we all make a difference, and that's what we really aim to do.